Hey everybody, Corey from Gemini Guitar, and we're back for some interval theory and practice today. So we are going to be looking at the C natural minor scale, also known as the C Aeolian mode or scale, and we're using this within a dark atmospheric or Gothic framework. The purpose of this exercise is to begin listening to the intervals within the scale and always returning to the root note. This gives us the opportunity to have a reference point by which we can measure those intervals in our head. It's very effective for starting to generate your own ideas. Initially, it's very formulaic and linear because we're just going to be going up and down the scale, but later on, using the backing track, you can actually just put these in any order you want and just see what you can come up with from that. So let's have a look at these intervals and what they mean. So our reference point or root note is C. That is at the 5th fret on string 3. When we play the first cycle, we're going to begin on the octave of C in the higher octave, which is at the 8th fret on string 1. So we're alternating between the octave and the root. We will then be moving into the 3rd position, so we should have our pinky then at 6th fret on string 1. And we're going to be going back to that root note again from there. And that is our minus 7. Then we've got the minus 6, which is the A flat. So we're always returning to that root. G note, which is our 5th power chord interval. We've got our 4th then, which is the F note. That's at fret 6 on the 2nd string. Minor 3rd, which is the E flat. Major 2nd, that's the D note. And finally at the end we play a C minor triad as a resolve. So resolve just means to play the note or the chord of the key. Now as for what you can do with this, I've given you one rhythm to do, but you can do whatever rhythm you want to do with it. It doesn't really matter as long as it's played in time for whatever that rhythm is that you're doing. The rhythm that we're doing here though is going to sound like this. And so on. Just note that when you start off with the octave, you'll need to shift back into the 3rd position and then place the 3rd finger at the 5th fret on string 3. So from here to there, and then cycle down. Now what we're going to do from that point then is we're going to go back up again. And this time we start on the higher note again, but we're going upwards. So we're going to start on the major 2nd, that's the D note, back to our root note C. Minor 3rd, we've got the 4th, that's at the 6th fret on string 2 with our root note. 5th, minor 6, minor 7, that's at frets 6 again on string 1 though this time. Shifting up to the 5th position for the octave note in our root. And then we're just going to finish off by playing a bar with the pinky on fret 8, strings 1 and 2, and the root note, which is essentially a C power chord but a very high octave of it. So study the transcription and also the scale diagram, and then as an exercise try moving the scale around into different positions, because you can use basically the same pattern but you can move these into different sets of strings and into different octaves, and that's how you'll start to develop your ear but also the eye, and particularly in the fingers, because the fingers start to get a feel for these intervals then wherever they are, and you'll find yourself creating the right ones at the right time once you get used to doing that. So I'll leave you with that. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon for the next lesson. Until then, bye for now.